The Singer Serger is perfect for your fashion sewing. From simple hemming on the ruffle of a dress to perfect seam finishing, the Serger will give your projects a quick, easy, and professional finish. With the Singer Serger, you can sew knit fabrics effortlessly. This classic wrap dress made modern will come together beautifully with your Singer Serger and sewing machine. First, sew the seams with the Serger's 4-thread stitch. The Serger trims fabrics with a neat finish, creating a professional stretch seam. Then, with your Singer sewing machine, add the final finishing stitches to the neck edge and hemline. Use your Singer Serger for seam finishing on nearly all of your fashion sewing. The 3-thread overlock stitch on your Singer Serger creates beautiful, professional seam finishes on all sorts of fabrics. After serging the edges of the seam allowances, just stitch the seam on the sewing machine and press. Your fashions will look runway ready in no time. On a sweet little dress like this one, use your Singer Serger to quickly add a ruffle. First, sew a decorative rolled hem on the bottom edge of a fabric strip. With the Singer Serger's handy built-in differential feed, you can also create gathers in the fabric. Just start sewing and you instantly have a perfectly gathered fabric strip. Then attach the ruffle to the dress with your Singer sewing machine. To make the cute rosettes on the front of this dress, use the Serger's rolled hem stitch. Run narrow strips of fabric through your Serger, then twist and wrap to create each rosette. To finish, just attach the rosettes to the dress. Create accessories with details straight off the runway. Sew a couture edge on a cluster of rosettes quickly with your Singer Serger by using the 3-thread overlock stitch and tonal shades of thread. This wider stitch provides a more pronounced edge. The finished rosettes bloom all over this linen clutch, perfect for an evening out or special occasion. Let's not forget about those little ones in your life. This baby gown features ribbing as well as flat lock seams. Ribbing provides a close-fitting neck and sleeve finish. Stretch the ribbing as you join it to the main fabric for a custom fit. Flat lock seams create an added decorative touch. This reversible baby blanket is made with 2 fabrics finished off in a snap with the 3-thread overlock stitch.
Let's go to the machine and see how to correctly thread the machine for a 4-thread overlock stitch. And just like a sewing machine, the first thing you do before you thread is to raise the presser foot lifter. Open the front cover by placing your thumb in this area, push to the right, and pull forward. To prepare for the 4-thread overlock stitch, first raise your thread mast up as far as it will go, and place your thread spools on the spool holders behind the machine. We're going to start with the upper looper thread. You're going to bring it up through your thread mast, and then hold the thread and snap it from right to left into this thread guide, and then bring the thread down through this tension disc and down through the channel. Inside the looper area is a little chart that shows you how to thread the machine, all color coded. So starting with the red one, we're bringing the thread down through this channel. We're going to thread from right to left into this first guide that's marked with a red dot. Now we're going to thread it into this one, and it just pops in kind of from bottom to top. Just pull it up into that guide. And then there's another guide. The next one is here, so we'll just pop that in like so. And the next thing we're going to do now is thread the eye of the upper looper. Now bring the end of the thread into the eye of the upper looper, and to make your life easy, use your tweezer from your machine's accessories to bring that thread to the back. And just pull it all the way to the back. Like so. And now we're ready to thread the lower looper. Next we'll thread the lower looper. So we'll take that thread, bring it up through the thread mast, snap it into this guide at the top of the machine from right to left, and then bring it down through the tension disc and through the channel. The lower looper thread goes into this guide here, this gold one, and now we're going to bring it over into this next guide, and you can just slip it in from behind, and then from bottom to top into this next one, and then we'll slip it into this guide as well. Next, you want to place your thread into the eye of the lower looper, and then grab the thread end and bring that toward you. Use your tweezer to bring this thread now over. There's another thread guide over here you can see with yellow, and there are these two little arms that thread gets staged into. And then as you continue holding the thread, putting a little tension on it with your right hand, place your finger under this guide and push it all the way up, and it will thread your lower looper. Now we're going to bring the lower looper thread above the upper looper out toward the back. So just bring it around back like this. You can grab it with your tweezer and just make sure that it's sitting above the upper looper. If your lower looper thread is underneath the upper looper thread, if it went underneath, your machine won't sew. So make sure your lower looper thread is above or over the top of your threaded upper looper thread. Next, we're going to thread the left needle. We're going to start with this one here, the blue. Bring it through our thread guide here at the top. Snap it in from right to left into this thread guide at the top of the machine, and bring it through the tension and down the channel. Bring it up over this sort of U-turn here. That's going to get your thread into the take-up lever. And then bring it down behind this thread guide. Now bring your thread into the eye of the left-hand needle and use your tweezer and pull it all the way back. Make sure you place your thread underneath the presser foot. And finally, we're going to do the right needle, and that is our green thread. Bring it through the guide at the top, snap it in, bring it into the tension discs and down the channel. Bring your thread down around this first guide, underneath, and then up, around, following this U-turn, brings your thread so it goes into the take-up lever behind there, and then bring it down this thread guide down here. Now thread the eye of the right-hand needle and use your tweezers to help you out. Pull that thread And then place your threads all under the presser foot. And now you can close the cover, and we're ready to test the stitch. And there's our beautiful 4-thread overlock stitch.